Oh, oh. Alright, man. Another video. Let's get straight into it. No talking, no chatter, no extraness. Right to it. So, I'm just gonna break down 4 pairs. What we're looking at for the week. Potential opportunities. Will I get into a trade? Maybe, maybe not. Most likely not. Haven't gotten into a trade. Excuse me, since like September, something like that. But yeah, no more talking. I'm gonna get straight into this video. I'm just gonna break down these pairs that I frequently look at. But let's go. Let's go. So gold last week was right here. So it was last week was in this consolidation period. I just put that there. Let's go to the 4 hour, and it finally did erupt to the upside. That's what I was more so leaning towards, but I was still reluctant, understanding that it could potentially go down as well. But what did it do? It went towards what I was biased towards, or what was my bias, which was for price to go up, and eventually hit this negative 27. That's exactly what it's doing. Full volume. Love to see it. Love to see it. I still do project it to continue going to the upside and eventually hit that negative 27. I would love that thing to be hit. That would be like a you know what I'm saying? Like that would be tough. That would be tough. But that is my expectation, especially as it broke the previous high. Bullish swing. I love how this looks. Exhaustion on the bottom of that, higher low above the moving averages. This is just perfect. In terms of getting in, though, tweaking. In terms of getting in, let me go to the hourly. Like I said, it's just a lot of bullish signs, higher lows, higher lows. If we were to somehow get into this, I would just wait for some sort of pullback. I wouldn't be surprised if it does pull back to maybe these moving averages, maybe try to retest these previous highs, something like that. But then, of course, you can look at it from a not moving average, a fair value gap perspective. Like you have these gaps right here. So, I thought I heard something. But yeah, there's many ways to optimize that. I'm just gonna have to wait because right now we do have a lot of volume within this candle right now. EJ, let's go to the daily. Also, extremely bullish all the way up here. Did hit our negative 27 as well as our negative 61.8. Love it. That's our TP2. Everything is just being hit. You know what I'm saying? Everything is being hit, and I love to see it. Love to see it. Now, what I'm projecting is I wouldn't be surprised if price does make a pretty extensive pullback just based off what I'm seeing right here. It's just clear as day based on the fact that what did I draw here? High. That's all it represents. Did price try to hit it? It tried. Did it hit? No. Did price try to surpass it? It tried. Did it surpass? No. So just based on that simple fact right there, that price is pretty much staying right here and maintaining that point. I wouldn't be surprised if it does head to the downside, especially if it does break these lows like right here and right there. I would definitely be looking towards a bearish move, and it could overall just be a pullback based on the daily time frame. And just to match confluence, it could come to these exhaustion zones, could retest the moving averages, maybe on the 4 hour. It's already there, maybe on the daily. Let's extend it a little bit more. Who knows? It could just come down to make a major pullback after all of this movement strictly to the upside. I'm just going to have to play it out from here, but right there, based off that failure to break or at least match this previous high, I do see it potentially breaking these previous lows. GU, a little tricky, a little shaky. I say that because overall, like based off structure, it has been proven to be bearish. Moving averages moving to the what? It's moving to the, where's my arrow? To the downside. Obviously, based on the daily time frame. Overall, just looking at things from a wide lens. And as we go down to the 4 hour, what do we see right here? We see a higher low, which I did pinpoint, meaning that it failed to keep going to the downside. Basically, what it's saying is that buyers came into this market and said, chill out, we're done. And it's slowly starting to move back to the upside. Did break these highs right here. So definitely see those signs for a bullish market. Only thing right now is that we did have this previous area of what I would call support. We also had this area shown as exhaustion, but right here, this is a previous area of support, as we can see, all right here, all right there, all right there. Now currently potentially being played as resistance if it does maintain to respect that area. Now it could very well just break through, and I wouldn't be surprised if it does break through just based off that higher low, based off this previous momentum we have gained from the bullish side. So we're just gonna have to play this out. I could definitely look on the hourly time frame just to see what we're seeing. Just kind of play around with it. Like overall, we do have these higher lows. I mean, exhaustion right there. Overall, even though this looks like a break, this whole area is being maintained for the fact that it didn't have like a drastic bearish move and try to shift structure down. Like what it basically did was tapped it, came up, technically tried to break it, but it really tapped it and it came back up. So it's maintaining an area of static support just right here. So we're gonna have to see whether it breaks it, whether it continues to the upside. My bias is that it will shift towards the upside as time progresses, maybe potentially hitting these moving averages, and it could still very well transition back to the downside, but based on what we're seeing on the smaller time frames, yeah, I can see this going up just a little bit further, 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 just a little bit further. So on UJ, I really like how this looks confluence wise. Let's go to the weekly. Now I did have this bearish trend line. What did price do? It broke out of it. Cool. But what else did I notice? We had this exhaustion area all the way from here, all the way up here. This is the importance of having your top down analysis and just being attentive to all time frames, to everything that's going on, not being so central on one thing, right? Not only paying attention to the trend line, not only paying attention to support and resistance, not only paying attention to supply and demand, not only paying attention to one thing, but paying attention to all the details, which will show on the higher time frame, such as a weekly, and on the lower time frame, such as potentially a 15-minute, 5-minute. It's just, being versatile with your time frames and just paying attention to everything that's going on. So based on what we're getting here, I am bullish personally, even though we have had some bearish movement within this market, especially after it hit that previous high. So on the 4-hour, what I would do personally, at least for right now, it could very well come all the way down here and break structure, but for right now, I am bullish. I would draw my fields from point A, point B, and right now is heading towards our 61.8%, an area that I often like to see hit in terms of a pullback for that continuation to the upside or downside depending on the situation. But I do prefer that 61.8% to be hit, showing that it has been an extensive pullback, a decent pullback, nice size pullback, and oftentimes when it does hit that point, we do often see that reversal back to the original bias or the original direction. Going to the hourly, let's check everything. I mean, bearish, as we can see, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. What we did have previously was some sort of descending, ascending triangle. Don't want to call it that. Not really. But we do have this trend line right here. I'm trying to draw it the best way possible, like right here, where it tried to maintain, but eventually broke out of So right now, what we're trying to do is just establish an area of support if and only if it still wants to maintain the bullish direction. If it doesn't continue to maintain support points, if it doesn't continue to try to establish support points and it just keeps breaking below, we might be heading towards a bearish transition. But we're gonna have to check and see. Just going to have to play by ear, play by sight, play by mouth, and all that. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now. Overall, still bullish. Overall, still bullish on this market. We'll just see. We'll check back in next week. Gonna end it like that. I feel so monotone when I speak on these videos. Like, it's crazy though. I can't wait for my one viewer, you. I keep hearing noises. Like, what's going on, bro? I don't know what's going on. I hear noises in the house. But yeah, appreciate you for watching. This has been a market breakdown. Another Sunday. Catch y'all next Sunday. Next video next Sunday. Every Sunday. Keep it rolling. Consistency, dedication, persistence. Something like that. But I'll catch y'all.